Good morning, motor cars. Today is Tuesday, August 20th. If you're just watching this and you've not watched yesterday's segment, please go back and watch that first. I apologize, I got it out onto the internet a little bit late yesterday. Today in history, August 20th, 2000, Tiger Woods was the first person since Ben Hogan in 1954 to win 3 majors in 1 year. As a side note, yesterday's trivia about Jimmy Pickle and the first pizza was made up. I didn't have time to look at actual trivia for that day. Moving on, I would like everybody to think about a company that exceeds their expectations in customer service. Who do you think of when you think of top companies and their customer service? Take a minute. Keep thinking. Okay. Well, if you're like me, I came up with the Ritz-Carlton, Disney World, and a nice restaurant. So the one thing that all of those companies have in common is that they all have a lot of money invested in their structures. So Ritz-Carlton, their fancy crystal chandeliers, their extravagant woodwork. Disney World, the giant castle, all of the rides they have. But the one thing that they all have in common is great customer service, and that is the people and the employees that work for them. So, for example, Ritz-Carlton, when you go in there, they greet you by name most of the time. All their employees are polite, they smile. If you ask somebody a question, they always answer it. They direct you to the same place. They don't slough you off into a different department. They'll walk you to where you need to go. And at the end of the day, they exceed your expectations, and that's what makes them great. Same thing with Disneyland. When you go there, their people are what make them great. So I guess I want to ask everybody here, why can't motor cars be the Ritz-Carlton or the Disneyland of great service? So I want to take a look at one of our employees. He mentioned a story to me the other day. Ted Riolo is our marketing director for both stores. Him and his fiance got engaged a couple weeks ago, and they're looking at wedding venues. So they're looking at a few different places, and on the high end, they wanted to check out the Ritz-Carlton, figuring that they probably didn't want to spend the extra money, but still they wanted to look at it. When they got there, they were offered some complimentary breakfast while they were waiting for the wedding coordinator. Once the wedding coordinator arrived, they started going through, showing them all of the great things that they can do at the Ritz-Carlton. They had champagne brought in for them. I think they brought him some snacks and stuff later on. So Ted left there ecstatic. Him and his fiance thought, man, this is a place we want to be. The next day, Ted set up a time to show his mother the place and make sure that she was happy with it as well. Same thing happened again. They greeted him by name. They remembered everything about him. His mother was blown away. He was blown away again. And I don't know if everybody knows Ted well enough, but he's a very frugal individual. For example, he bought a little machine that takes the crust off of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and seams it together similar to what the Uncrustables you can buy in the store are. The reason for this was he figured out the math on it, that it was 43 cents cheaper to do it himself rather than buy the store-bought one. So why would this frugal individual spend thousands of dollars extra to have his wedding at the Ritz-Carlton? Because of the way they made him feel and the expectations that he had, they exceeded them. So this is a great example of a great company that does this with every single person that walks through there every single day. So I challenge each of you today is to exceed one of our guests' expectations and see how it makes you feel. Does your day go by quicker if your customers are raving about you and you feel great when you leave each day knowing that you made some other people happy and they're going to be out on the streets telling their friends, their family members how great Motor Cars was. So thank you again for your time today. If anybody has any other questions or follow-up, please feel free to call me at extension 320. Take care.